Last Monday was the 2-year anniversary of my suicide attempt. I had an appointment with my psychotherapist. I picked 2 pieces of raspberry cake and small candles from Hoffman at the Gar. I placed them on her desk and I lit the candles. I had no clue what to write for this evening, but I always carry this one poem. This is the poem that doesn't know what a Slampionship is. It bends my neck into paper at night or straightens my back to walk aimlessly under streetlights. It does not understand deadlines. It does not dress in orderly lines. And it does not specifically rhyme. It does not try to amuse you, crowd. And it does not try to make you laugh or cry. And it definitely does not step away shy. It chooses to breathe and to bleed. It slams itself a heart open and it beats. It pours my terror into a curious mic without consent, whether I like or dislike. This is the poem that lifted my bed sheets to show me Allah was never beneath them to burn me. It dared me to explore myself. It's the poem that took off my hijab. It danced through my hair for the first time in the Damascus streets. It licked my skin naked under jasmine. It flirted with me since I was a teenager and only made love to me once I surrendered, years later. This is the poem that dares me to fall in love again after every heartbreak. Not a love I would die for, but one I would live for, one I would share, grow with, and still hold solitude for, one I wouldn't lose myself in, but find myself through and for, a love that doesn't belong to one person, but expands to all those I choose to love for. This is the poem that handed me a hammer to break down lies. I hammered at the meek daughter, the family's example, the obedient girl of the mosque, the naive wife of my ex-husband, the ignorant slave of my past God, the selves I never chose to be, the imposter, the fraud. It taught me that the fear of breaking apart is equal to the fear of building from parts. So, dare I now step into creating myself from the heart. This is the poem that granted me a visa before any government did. It showed me that home has always been here. I was just too blinded to see it. You are a citizen of the world because you're a poet for the world. This is the poem that made my head slam against walls, my hands slam against doors, my body against closets, my knuckles against the air, shadow boxing, a fight I was never granted, wrestling a nation that failed its revolution, a God that smothers his people, a land that chokes a woman with marriage and calls it protection. This is the poem that shoplifted an orange nail polish from a giant a few weeks ago. Not out of necessity, out of curiosity. How would it feel? How was I taught to give to the thief, to nourish the killer, to question myself when the judge is the devil? Would a sheep that steals the shepherd's crook still be a sheep? This is the poem that reminds me there are no credits rolling for anyone after this. My legacy is now. I don't live for what I will leave for you. I live for what I give you. This is the poem that strips me nameless, genderless, boundless, boxless in a confessional box. It leaves me as nothing, nothing, nothing. A poet wedding herself, I do. It's the poem I pray to. I trust it will come, and it does, as so I do. It holds justice to which my past God could never be true. It shapes me to earn the love I can tell I do. This is the poem of letting go in order to give. It's the inner call through which I forgive myself, I forgive the other, I forgive my fright, I outlive. And with this, I blow the candles back to a whisper in the abyss. This is the poem of choosing to live. Thank you so much.